Good afternoon, students. I hope you are all well. Okay, once again, we will continue with chapter number 6, algebraic expressions or algebraic identities, and we are now focusing on factorization of algebraic expression. Okay, so once again, what we have learned till now, we have learned that how to identify like and unlike algebraic expressions or polynomials, how to identify the degree of polynomial, how to identify the type of polynomial on the basis of number of terms. Okay, we have monomial, binomial, trinomial. Okay, more than that we call all of those polynomial. Okay, secondly, what we have learned is how to add or subtract a pair of polynomial. If there are like terms, then they can be added or subtracted on the basis of the sign, and if they are unlike terms, then addition and subtraction is not possible. In the same manner, we have already discussed about how to multiply and divide the polynomials as well. Okay, during multiplication and division, the it is not entirely necessary to have like terms or unlike terms. Okay, so the concept of like terms and unlike terms does not apply to division and multiplication, but it do apply to addition and subtraction. Okay, so now we have come to a part of chapter in which we are discussing factorization. So once again, let me explain what is factorization. We have learned factorization during the procedure when we were finding out squares and square roots, or in case of powers and exponents. We have done factorization there. What is factorization? Factorization is simply finding out the prime factors of the number. Suppose I have a number, let us say any number 68. I have a number 68. So how do we find the prime factors of this number? This is 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 2 7s are 14, and 17 1s are 17. So factors of 68 will be 2 into 2 into 17, or you can also write in the form of exponents 2 square into 17 to the power 1. Why 17 to the power 1? Because 17 is coming just once here. So we are going to do this type of things for an algebraic expression as well. How? That is the question, and that we have to understand now. Let me take an example, that is example number 1. Example number 1 of your book, it is page number 108. Example number 1 is factorize you have to factorize 6x square y plus 10xy square. We have to factorize this. Okay, by meaning factorization, we have to see any group of numbers, yeah, or you can say any polynomial is formed by multiplication of variables and constants. We already know every polynomial is formed by multiplication of variables and constants. Suppose I have a polynomial 8x plus 8y. Okay, or let us take a number, let us take a group of number 21 minus let's take 9. Okay, can you write 21 minus 9 as taking 3 as common, 7 minus 3? We can write that 21 is 3 into 7, 9 is 3 into 3. What we have done is we have taken 3 as common. So after taking 3 as common, we write 3 outside and remaining numbers inside along with their sign. We are going to do same kind of thing with polynomial. Out of 8x and 8y, I can take 8 as common. The remaining part I put in the bracket. This is what factorization is. Originally, the polynomial was in the form of addition. I changed the shape of polynomial, I changed the face of polynomial in the form of multiplication. Now it is multiplication of two terms. Earlier it was addition of two terms. So changing the form of polynomial from addition or subtraction of terms into multiplication of terms, that is called factorization of polynomial. Changing the form of polynomial from addition or multiplication of terms, addition or subtraction of terms to multiplication of terms, that is called the factorization of polynomials. Okay, so we are discussing that how do we factorize it. Okay, presently it is not a question of why should we factorize it. Presently it is a question of how do we factorize it. You will get to know why are we factorizing polynomials as you ascend to your classes. In higher classes you will get to know why were we doing this. Okay, so factorization of this polynomial, how do we go through the factorization? What do we do is we write down the simplest form of these two polynomials. We break down these polynomials. We will write down solution will be, first of all we will write down 6x square y and we will write its factor. So what are being multiplied to form 6x square y? What variables and how many times are they multiplied? What constant and how many times are they multiplied to form 6x square y? So in order to form 6x square y, you have a 3, you have a 2, you have a 3, okay, and along with x is multiplied twice, this is x into x, and then y is multiplied once. So this is 6x square y. This is expansion of 6x square y. In the same manner, we will see the expansion of 10xy square. The expansion of 10xy square will be 10 is 2 into 5, x is x, and y square is y into y. Once again I have grouped them. I have placed 2 below 2, 3 I did not have 3 in the second polynomial, so I have placed nothing below it. I did not have 5 in the first polynomial, so there is nothing above 5. Then there is a group of x, then there is a group of y. Okay, so what we do is we try to find out the HCF. Okay, something like we are finding out the HCF. So we will see what is common to both the groups. So we'll write it as 6x square y plus 10xy square. What is common to both the groups? So 2 is present in both the expansions. So I will write 2 outside. 3 is not present. 5 is not present. Then out of 2x, we have 1x present in both the expansions, and 1 y is present. All the remaining terms, all the remaining constant and variables after being multiplied will be put inside the bracket. So what is remaining in the first expression? 3x. What is remaining in the second expression? 5y. What was the sign in between them? It was positive. So what I have done is, I have changed the form of polynomial. I have changed the representation of polynomial. Earlier we had 2 terms that were added, and now we have 2 terms that are being multiplied. First term is 2xy, second term is 3x, second expression is 3x plus 5y. Okay. Let us take one more example so that you can understand it better. This is once again example number 2. Example number 2 of your book. Once again, same page, page number 108. Example number 2 is factorize. You have to factorize what? 8 a to the power 6 minus 12 a to the power 5 plus 6 a to the power 4. Okay, we have to factorize it once again. Okay, so let us first of all reduce them into their prime factors form. So solution will be 8 a to the power 6 will be written as 8 is 2 into 2 into 2. After that we will have a 6 times, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We have a 6 times. After this we have 12 a to the power 5. We are not bothered with the negative sign. We will consider the negative sign when we are taking common or when we are writing the final expression. 12 is 2 into 2, that is 4, into 3, that becomes 12. And a to the power 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 a's. Next is 6a to the power 4. 6 is 2 into 3 into 4 times a. Okay, students, one more thing, you do not need to write down as it is. Okay, I am writing 3 below 3, 2 below 2 below 2, a below a. You need not to write down as it is. I am writing these in this manner so that you can easily understand. Okay, you can write it as well however you like. So once again we will take common. So the expression is 8a6 minus 12a5 plus 6a4. So what you do is you group them accordingly and take as much common as possible. Common is 2 should be present in all 3 expansions. So we have 1 2 present in at least 1 2 present in all 3 expansion. We take that as common. 3 is not present in all 3 expansion, so 3 remains as it is. And 4 a's are present in all 3 expansion. So a into a into a into a. What is remaining? In first expansion we have 2 2s are 4 and 2 a's, that will be a square. In second expansion we will have 2 into 3, that is 6 and 1 a. In last expansion we will only 3 is remaining. Now we have to apply the signs in between. So first term is positive, second term is negative, third term is positive. So your final answer is 2a to the power 4, 4a square minus 6a plus 3. Okay. So I hope it is understandable to you now. You can also see how it is done in your examples to understand it better. Now let us start with questions. I'm starting with question number 2. Question number 1 I have already discussed with you. Question number 2 and 3 are both optional type. You can expand them and you can easily find the answer. Question number 3, you will be able to do question number 3 when I have discussed question number 6 with you. So please don't try question number 3 until I have discussed question number 5 and 6 with you. Okay? You can try question number 2 now. And I am starting with question number 4. Question number 4 is factorize the given expression, and in question number 4 you are given 6 expressions. Okay, so out of these 6 I am going to do 3 for you and I will leave the remaining 3 for you to do in your homework copy. Okay, so let's take B part. B part is we have to do factorization of 12x cube y minus 4x y square. Okay, so we will use the same method that we have used till now. First of all, what we will do is we will expand 12x cube y as 2 into 2 into 3 into x into x into x. And then we will express 4xy square as 2 into 2 into x into y into y. Once again, I am drawing these lines, these blue lines, so that you can understand it better. In your copies, you need not to draw these lines. Okay. Now let's write down 12x cube y minus 4xy square. This was our original expression, and we are going to take as much common as possible. So there are 2 2's in both the expressions. So this is 4. I will write 2 into 2. There is no 3 in second expansion, so no 3. Then in case of x, there is one x in both the expansion. Now inside the bracket, we will write what was remaining. For the first term, 3 into x square, 3x square. For the second term, only y square is remaining. Now sign in between was negative, so minus. So this will be 4x, 3x square minus y square. Okay. So in this manner, you have factorized the given expression. From subtraction, you have turned the given expression in the form of multiplication. 4x is being multiplied with 3x square minus y square. Now let us do its C part. Oh, not C, D part. D is, we have to factorize A x square y plus b x y square plus c x y z. Okay. So once again we will write down its factors. Factor is something that we determine by finding out by what number should be multiplied to get the given number. Okay. Suppose I am asking you to find out the factor of let's say 26. So you can easily say that if you multiply 13 and 2 and 1, you can get 26. And we are not considering 1 as a factor because 1 is universal factor. 1 is factor of each and every number. In fact, if you have to find out the factor of 0, 1 is one factor of that as well. Okay. So 1 is a universal factor. You don't need to bother about it. So we just write down other factors. So first of all, a x square y will be a into x into y. Then b x y square will be b into x into y, and then c x y z will be c into x into y into z, and I will differentiate them. Okay. Now once again taking common, first of all a x square y plus b x y square plus c x y z, all of these will be equal to first of all a is not common, b is not common, c is not common. One x is common, so I will take one x outside. One y is common, so I will take one y outside. The remaining terms, a x for the first term, b y for the second term, c y for the, there is also z, this is z not y. Okay, this term is z. So for the last term it is c z. And then we will see the signs, all the signs are positive, then plus and plus. So this will be xy ax plus by plus cz. This will be its factorization. Let's do next part. F part is 12x cube y square minus 24x square y to the power 4 plus 36x y cube. Okay. So we will find out its prime factors. 12x cube y square will be 2 into 2 into 3 into x into x into x into y. Next is 24x square y to the power 4 will be 24. Let us find out the prime factors of 24. 24 is 2 into 12. So this is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 2x, x into x into 4y, y, and y. And lastly you have this is 36x y cube. So this will be 36 is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 x as it is, and y cube is y into y into y. So finally we will write down 12x cube y square minus 24x square y to the power 4 plus 36x y cube. All of this will equal to, let us find out what is common. There are two 2's in all of three expansions. So 2 into 2, 1 3, 1x and 1 y. And what will be remaining? Remaining is x square out of the first expansion, 2x y square out of the second expansion, this is y cube, 3y square out of third expansion. So signs will be first is positive, second is negative, and third is positive. So final result will be 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, xy, x square minus 2 xy cube plus 3y square. Okay, let me check the answer for this one. This is exercise 6.7. We are doing question number 4, and yes, there is a slight mistake by me. This is y square. Is the y square taken as common? That was what I was worried about. I've written it wrongly into y. This will be y square. This will be y square, this will be y square, this will be y. Okay, y square is taken as common because there were two y's. Okay, there were two y's in the first expression. I miswrote it. Okay, so this is your final answer. This is y square. This is also y square, and outside we have y square, 12x y square, x square minus 2x y square plus 3. Okay, so let us do two questions out of question number 5. Okay, and let me do just one question out of question number 5, and we will discuss it tomorrow in more details. In question number 5, I am going to do B part. B part is 4p square plus 2q square plus p square q square plus 8. Okay, see, question number 5 is significantly different from question number 4. How so? In question number 4, just by looking at the terms, I could identify that there were some common factors. 12, 24, 36 are all even numbers. X was present in all the terms. Y was present in all the terms. But as I see in question number 5, coefficient of first term is 4, second term is 2, third term does not have any coefficient, and eighth term is 8. So I can clearly see that 2 is not a common factor of any of these numbers, as well as there is a term which do not have any of the variables. So there is going to be problem if I take common, or if I factorize by taking common in all of the 4 terms by together. So what I am going to do is, I am going to group them and then find the factors accordingly. How am I going to group them? See, I am going to do the grouping of first and last and 2 middles. I am going to rewrite this expression as 4p square plus 2q square plus p square q square plus 8. I am going to rewrite it as 4p square plus 8, first and the last term together, and 2 q square plus p square q square, both the middle term together. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to factorize this first bracket. Sorry, in between there is also plus sign. Let me rewrite this whole. I am rewriting it as 4p square plus 8 plus 2q square plus p square q square. Okay. So what we have done is, we have taken first and last term together and middle term together, and now we are going to take common, as much common as possible. So out of 4p square and 8, 4 is common, the remaining is p square plus 2. Out of 2 q square and plus p square q square, we have q square as common, and the remaining will be 2 plus p square. Let me rewrite this as well. Okay, now let us see. In the first expression, we have 4 into something, let's say this something is x. In the second expression, we have q square into something, once again there is x. Okay, p square plus 2 and p square plus 2 is common for both the terms. P square plus 2 and p square plus 2 is common for both the terms. So finally we are taking p square plus 2 once again as common, and what the remaining is 4 plus q square. Okay, in case some of you did not understand this one properly, no need to worry about. I will discuss it once again in the next lecture. Please focus on question number 4 until then. Okay, thank you for your time. Have a nice day.